Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are studying well and keeping up your practice with the coming FA3 examinations, right? So let's continue and continue with the assertion and reasoning, which we have done 10 questions in the last classes and remaining few more questions which we are going to do today in the today's class. Okay. So once again with the directions here. So as you know, in each of the following question, a statement of assertion is given, followed by the corresponding statement of reason. Of the statements, mark the correct answers as A. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. And C says assertion is true but reason is false. And D, assertion is false but reason is true. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, which is question number 11. Okay, so we'll moving on to the next 11th question. So here is the question number 11th. Assertion says microbes that enters the body through nose are likely to affect the lungs. So we know that the microbes, how they can transfer from one person to the other person, and also we know that the microbes, the medium of entry of the microbes into our body. So yes, nose is the media, or you can say the organ which helps the microbes to enter into our body, and mainly the nose is connected with the our respiratory system. So definitely the microbes will enter into our body through the nose, will definitely going to affect our lungs. So the assertion is absolutely correct. Coming to the reason part, it says nose directly leads to the lungs. So yes, as we know, we have seen the respiratory system. The nose is the organ which is directly connected with our lung system, right? So yes, it is directly leads to the lungs. So reason is also correct, and the reason which is given, the statement of a reason is correct explanation of assertion. So with this, the answer could be A. So here is the answer. The answer is A, where both assertion and reason are correct, and the reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Moving on to the next question. Here the assertion is infectious disease can be prevented by public health hygiene measures, and the reason which is given, that is public health measures reduces exposure to the infectious agents. So yes, infectious disease can be prevented by the public health hygiene measures. Means if we will keep ourselves clean, neat, then it could be helpful for avoiding the infectious disease. Because if we do not take the measures, then definitely if we are suffering with any kind of infectious disease, then through any kind of media or through any kind of agents, it could be very much possible that it can transfer to the next person nearby us. So yes, the assertion is absolutely correct. The reason for this is public health measures reduces the exposure to the infectious agents. So whatever measures we take, that is helpful for reducing the spreading of infectious disease. So yes, it is also a correct statement and correct explanation of the assertion. So the answer will be A. The 13th question is, the assertion says if the kidney are not filtering urine, poisonous substance will accumulate. So you know that we have a great excretory system in our body. So excretory system is having two kidneys in it, which are helpful and which acts as a filtration unit, and these kidneys help in the filtering our blood and purifying the blood and removing the all toxins which are present in the blood out of it, and making the blood pure. So this is the job of a kidney. But if the kidneys are not filtering, means if the kidney is not doing its job, then definitely the poisonous or the toxic substances which are present in the blood will accumulate, will collect in the kidney or in the form of urine in our body. So here this statement is correct. Let's go with the reason. Under such conditions, the brain will not be able to think properly as these activities are interconnected. Yes, of course, brain is connected with all the activities which takes place in our body. But the brain is not responsible for the filtration of the kidney. Kidney has got its own job to do and brain has its own job to do. But here brain will not give any kind of indications or means regulations to the kidney to do the filtering. If kidney is unable to do the filtering, it means there is any fault or any problem in the kidney itself. So the reason is not the perfect explanation of assertion. So the answer could be B. So here is the answer. The answer is B. The 14th question says the assertion hair lip is congenital disease. So children, we have already studied about the types of disease, where we have seen there are special two types of disease are there, that is congenital and acquired, right? Congenital disease are the one which comes with the birth. Okay, by the birth of the child, the congenital disease will be there. If the child by birth suffering with any kind of impairment in the muscles or in the body organs, or if they are suffering with any kind of problems with the health, then those are called as congenital. Whereas the acquired means the disease which are adopted or which has been introduced after the birth of a child. So those are called as acquired disease. So here we are talking about the hair lip. So yes, hair lip is an congenital disease. It's a correct. Hair lip is congenital. Now, hair lip lasts for only for short duration. No, it will not last for the short duration. It will last for the long duration. So, reason is wrong. Assertion is right. So, answer is C. Yes. The last question of the practice question of this assertion and reasoning is here, the 15th question. The assertion says, majority of the children in many parts of India are already immune to hepatitis A by the time they are 5 years old. Yes, children, hepatitis is another one infectious disease and which will affect the immune system. That's why government has already announced the immunization, that is vaccination for kids below 10 years. So by the coming 5 years old, the children will get 2 doses of the hepatitis. So yes, majority of the children, most of the children of our country will get immune against the hepatitis A by the time they are 5 years old. So the assertion is absolutely correct. Coming to the reason, so reason is here, children are exposed to the virus through the water. So as we know that how the hepatitis will be spreading, they are spreaded by the agent water only, because the virus is going to the people's body through the water. So the reason is also absolutely correct. So reason, and it is also correct explanation of assertion. So the answer will be A, right? So up to now we have done almost 15 questions based on the assertion and reasoning of this chapter, that is why do we fall ill. I hope this is gonna help you a lot for your examination. Practice much more questions on this type of assertion and reasoning so that you can attempt it in a very proper way. Okay, so even though if you have any kind of doubts, any problems, please clarify by contacting us. Thank you so much. Be safe.